Easter in the sunshine at Oulton Park. It doesn't get any better than this. Welcome everyone to season 32 of the British GT Championship, and we've got a stacked capacity 36 car entry for the opening round this weekend. That's 19 GT3s, 17 GT4s, and we're starting down here for the pit lane preview at Century, who of course won the GT3 Drivers' Championship last year. A big change at the start of this week for one of their M4 GT3s. Reigning champion Dan Harper is back, and he partners Michael Johnson, who steps up from GT4. The other side of Century's GT3 garage also features GT4 graduates. That's Carl Cavers and Lewis Plato. On we go. Century have 4 entries this year. They bossed GT4 in 2023, and they've got 2 more of the M4 GT4s this year. You're looking at the car there of Rami Ramid and Charlie Robertson, and then Ian Goff and Tom Wrigley. Those guys were actually rivals of Century last year. They've switched over. They finished 3rd overall in the championship. They have a very, very good chance of becoming overall GT4 champions this year, the first time that a Pro-Am crew has done that since 2016. We'll see how they go. On we go. Garage 59, 2 McLaren 720S GT3 Evos, and the first of them features not only a classic Duckham's livery, but also reigning Porsche Carrera Cup GB champion Adam Smalley. Really interested to see how he goes in the McLaren alongside Sean Bauer, for 2-time winner last year and always in the title fight. Also interesting addition on the other side of Garage 59's garage, Morgan Tilbrook and Marcus Clutton. Title contenders 2 years ago. They shuttered their Enduro Motorsport team at the end of last year and have moved across to Garage 59. A very capable pairing, but possibly one people aren't looking at the moment. Academy, they won the GT4 Drivers' Championship out of absolutely nowhere last year, and they've got 2 brand new Ford Mustangs. Eric Evans features in one of those. He of course won the championship with Matt Cowley last year. Matt has moved on, but Eric has remained. He could become the very first 2-time GT4 champion. That's never happened before. No change for Greystone GT in their Mercedes. That still features Mike Price and Callum McLeod. You'll have to take my word for it. There's no change at ABBA, but there never really is. It's the Nearies, of course. They're racing in Silver Am again this year. The all-green Merc for those guys. On to Paddock. 3 entries for them this year. Obviously, the 2 McLarens we're used to seeing, the Artura and the 720S, although the 720S does have a rather fetching new livery on it. But it's really over here, on this side of the Paddock garage, that's of interest to us, I guess. Reigning champion, GT4 champion, Matt Cowley. He has spent all of his previous 4 years with Academy and Ford, but he's moved across to Paddock to partner Ed McDermott as the reigning champion. Again, like his former co-driver Eric Evans, he could become the first 2-time British GT4 champion. RGN, they're also back. They also have a McLaren, and that car features Alex Buncombe, who is making his first British GT appearance since 2013 this weekend. He was due to share the car full season with Simon Watts, but there is a change in that car just for this weekend. Alex is going to share with his brother Chris. On to Ram, and for the first time Ram are running a GT4 entry. We're looking at the GT3. This one obviously is no longer a Mercedes. Ram were a long-time Mercedes customer, but they have switched across to the M4 GT3, which means they get to keep Raffaele Marciello, but there is still a Mercedes on the other side of the garage, and this is the new GT4 entry for those guys. Be interested to see how Ram get on as a 2-car multi-class operation. Up to Blackthorn, who were supposed to have 2 of the new Aston Martin GT3 Evos. They do not. They've reverted to the previous version just for Oulton Park. So we'll see how they get on without the Evo version. Johnny Adam, of course, features in one of those 2 cars. He's aiming to become a 5-time British GT champion. He did win those championships with the 2 previous iterations of the Vantage. On to Orange, JMH, a change for those guys this year. Simon Orange is of course still in the car. He's partnered by his GT Cup co-driver, Tom Roach. And good to have Forsetti, I've just read what's on the bonnet there. Stella, of course, Stella's Audi. These guys missed last year, but they did win the 2022 Drivers' Championship. Good to have their Audi R8 back, and it does feature Tim Docker and Jordan Albert. Jordan, a former British GT4 title contender and winner. Barwell, you know all about these guys and Lamborghini, but I'll try not to get run over. there is a couple of changes to talk about up at Barwell this year. They still have Sandy Mitchell, factory driver, of course, for Lamborghini. Very, very fast indeed. He's joined by former BTCC driver Alex Martin, and you're looking there at the 63. That is, of course, Lamborghini's number. It was the year in which they were established, but that one features father and son duo Ricky and Rob Collard. Rob is back with us for the first time since 2020 when he won the British GT3 title. Can't see much of Team Parker's Mercedes, sadly, but you can just shoot over the top there and have a quick look at it. Parker back with the Mercedes. They've been running Porsches recently, and they're their most recent British GT guys, but that one includes Charles Dawson and Seb Morris, who is hoping to become this year only the second driver to have won GT3 and the GT4 titles. He was the GT3 champion back in 2017. Optimum, 2 McLarens for those guys. Similarities to last year. Mark Radcliffe remains in the GT3 entry, but he's joined by McLaren factory driver Tom Gamble, expecting big things from him, and Jack Brown, who finished second overall in GT4 last year. He is joined by Zach Meakin in the Artura. We're expecting good things from that one. Right, I'm going to try and get through these tyres while we just finish off the pit walk, and we're on to 2Cs. Not all of the cars are actually in the pit lane. We have to keep some in the paddock, so we are missing the 2 Lotuses, for instance. I know we haven't seen them, but we're going to finish up here with 2Cs and what is quite possibly the best livery this year. Kevin Zay, he moves across from the Sky Tempesta car and joins 2Cs with the Mercedes, and of course he's also got AMG factory driver Maxi Goertz alongside him. The next car along, unfortunately, is at Scrutineering, which is a shame because it's one of the best looking here. Of course, it is Ian Loggie's D2 inspired Mercedes. Ian, British GT champion 2 years ago. He's joined by Phil Keane. Right, that's the pit lane preview. As I said, we didn't quite actually see all the cars because some of them are over in the paddock. However, you will see them throughout the weekend, and tomorrow live qualifying on Sky Sports F1 and of course GT World, and then we're back after Easter Sunday on the Monday with 2 sprint races again, Sky Sports F1 and GT World for live coverage of that, and you can also catch us on the British GT socials.